for watching, and thank you for joining us here in sunny Southern California, where Gavin Newsom's still the governor. Yesterday, he won the recall election. I think, did he win? Can you win an election you don't want to happen? It's like coming home from work. You say, good news, honey. The guys at the office dug a hole, and they pushed me in it, but then they decided not to fill it back up with dirt. You've had that happen, right? We all have. Yesterday, Gavin Newsom did not win. He didn't get fired, not even close. He trounced a clown car full of candidates who were running against him. The cost to our state was about $300 million, which I think is the third most expensive dinner at French Laundry ever. The top Republican vote-getter, radio host Larry Elder, was surprisingly gracious in defeat. He accepted the results of the election. I forgot what it was like to see a Republican do that, but it's like every once in a while you see a chicken fly and you're like, oh yeah, they're birds. But most of the candidates made a final push yesterday, including America's sweetheart, Caitlyn Jenner, who seemed to be unaware that she had a better chance of winning another Olympic gold medal than the governorship.
Today is election day. Where did it go? I had my little election. Oh, there it is. I voted today, and it is coming to a close. And honestly, it is, for me, it's just like so up in the air what is going to happen.
Yeah. Was it, though? I mean, what happened was Caitlyn Jenner finished 13th. And like if this was Dancing with the Stars, she'd have been gone the first week. That's how bad it was. So I guess it's back to waving down Teslas in the parking lot at the E! Network, begging for another shot. Have you been following this ongoing saga of Nicki Minaj's cousins, friends, testicles? Yeah. Well, last night I mentioned that Nicki Minaj tweeted claiming a friend of a cousin got the COVID vaccine in Trinidad, and as a result, his scrotum swelled up so much his fiancé called off their wedding. I guess they didn't have enough room for them at the head table or something, but the story got a lot of attention. Dr. Fauci had to weigh in on it. Even the Minister of Health in Trinidad and Tobago was forced to issue an official statement.
There is absolutely no reported such side effect or adverse event of testicular swelling in Trinidad.
Okay, well, that's good news. Now we can visit, I guess. But I have a lot of questions for Nicki's cousin's friends, and I mentioned that on the show last night, that I would like to get in touch with him, and I guess Nicki saw it because she reached out on Twitter. She wrote, he's willing to talk for the right price. I'm his manager. Call me, Jimmy, which was exciting. Don't have Nicki's number, and I do want to get an idea what kind of money we're talking about, so I wrote back, does he charge by the pound, you know, for the... But I've not heard back so far, but with any luck, hopefully we'll be able to work out a payment of some kind and get a good look at those nuts, right, Guillermo?
Right, Jimmy, yeah.
Speaking of nuts, Donald Trump is, there's a new tell-all book that paints yet another ugly picture of his time in office. This one is focused on what went down during his final days in the White House. The book says the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, took special steps after January 6th to ensure Trump couldn't go rogue and use nuclear weapons to, like, keep himself in office. I'm not sure how that would have worked, but Milley was apparently so worried Trump might start a war with China, he called the top military officer in China to reassure him that an attack was not happening. Trump, of course, had his Twitter privileges taken away, so he had no choice but to jump on the phone with his former press secretary, Newsmax host Sean Spicer.
So first of all, if it is actually true, which is hard to believe, that he would have called China and done these things and was willing to advise them of an attack or in advance of an attack, that's treason. And I would think, I've had so many calls today saying, that's treason.
Right, I got calls from Scott Baio, Ted Nugent, Kevin Sorbo. They all agree it's treason. Trump also patted himself on the back when it comes to Afghanistan, once again pointing to his talks with the leader of the Taliban.
In 18 months, not one American soldier was killed. I had a talk with Abdul, who is now the leader.
Okay, so this Abdul he mentioned, who he keeps mentioning, is the co-founder of the Taliban. For whatever reason, Trump only mainly refers to him by his first name.
I had very strong talks with the leader, Abdul. I had a lot of strong talks.
I had a very strong conversation with Abdul.
I had a talk with Abdul.
Because I dealt with Abdul. I dealt with the top guy, Abdul. Okay, so I told you about Abdul. It's Abdul Ghani Karakar. Let's call him Abdul. I said, nice to speak to you by phone, Abdul. And he goes, "Ah."
Straight up. When in doubt, just go with Abdul. That's the way he thinks. One of Trump's other buddies, the MyPillow guy, Mike Lindell, is back at it. This time, he popped up on the Jim Baker show to sell both his conspiracy theories and pillows for kids.
Well, they stole our country.
Yeah, we got to take it back. We're taking it back. Amen.
And they stole it at lower levels, micro levels, and macro levels. They stole it at all
Our
places.
time's going away.
Yeah. So quick.
You know what I believe? I believe if everybody would order a set of pillows, we could do $1 million.
Yes, amen.
Just in pillows.
Amen.
Yeah.
Believing
Just in
for
this
a
pillow.
miracle.
Yep.
And that would be a great start towards victory.
Yeah.
Right. That is, they do say that's step one, buy a weird Disney-ish kid's pillow with Jesus on it. But, so this weekend, Mike had a rally in Kentucky, and the promoters of the event were expecting 10,000 people to come. Less than 300 actually showed up. Mr. MyPillow might not have much credibility left, even with the MAGA crowd, which is sad, really. So I thought we'd check in with Mike to make sure he's okay, and I believe, oh, there he is. I think there he is. Our pillow pal, Mike Lindell. Mike?
What?
Mike?
What in the holy...
Can you hear me, Mike?
What in the holy hell? Show yourself! You damn demon, where are you?
I'm not, Mike, it's not a demon. It's just me, Jimmy.
Ah, cripes, it's just Jimmy Kendall. Not now, Jimmy. I'm just about to finally get to the bottom of who stole our country.
What are you doing?
What the hey does it look like I'm doing? I'm cracking open this Dominion voting machine to extricate the bogus ballot.
Wait a minute, that's not a, Mike, that's not a voting machine, that's a red box.
You're darn tootin'. You're gull darn tootin'. It's a red box. In fact, it's a red communist Chinese box, and it's here to steal the presidency from our Donald J. Trump.
No, Mike, that is, it's like a vending machine for movies.
The heck it is. I know vending machines. Look, one time the Rotary Club sent me down to Tokyo. We went to the Godzilla Museum where I got startled by a Pokemon and made a Squirtle in my gutsies. I had to buy a new pair out of the vending machine, and can you believe it?
Oh.
The dang thing only had pairs of ladies' underpanties.
Oh.
I had to walk around Tokyo with this twine yanked up my tailpipe like a chicken Kiev. I've been wearing them ever since. Look, you can't see the lines.
Oh,
through
yeah,
my
yeah.
trousers.
It's actually, it's very flattering. Look, Mike, I wanted to catch up because it seems like you had a rough summer.
Ah, you heard about that.
Yeah.
Look, just because those kids down at the Soak City Water Park saw my testes, then let me tell you, the drawstrings came loose.
No, that's
Jim.
not at all. I didn't even know about that.
Well, I don't know what could be worse than a bunch of wet punks calling you Grandpa Fatballs while you're trying to unwind in the lazy river.
Wait a minute. They called your grandpa Fatballs. That's not nice at all.
Hey, that's what I told him.
Yeah, what I was talking about was Donald Trump because he wasn't reinstated. You said on August 13th he would be reinstated as president, and he wasn't.
Hey, look, that was my mistake, Jim. I admit that.
Oh, that was a mistake.
My bad.
Okay.
I
all right.
miscalculated the date because I got my Kevin Spacey wall calendar upside down.
Oh.
I had it upside down.
You have a Kevin Spacey calendar from, what is that, 1999?
Yeah, look, I didn't become a billionaire by buying new calendars every stinking year, Jim. Oh, here it is. Look there. On Thursday, I got to return that copy of that movie, Aaron Broccoli.
Yeah.
You ever see that movie,
Yes,
Aaron
I've seen-
Broccoli?
Yeah,
It's
I have.
about a lawyer who sues people with her cleavage.
Well, that-
Hits me hard like a redwood, Jim.
No.
Look, can you give me a ride down to Blockbuster?
I'm sorry if something bad happened to Blockbuster. But listen, I want to talk about this at Cyber Symposium you had because it was honestly nonsensical. You showed no evidence of election fraud at all.
Look, that's because it was too dangerous to provide the evidence on account in the middle of the symposium. Dominion sent an assassin to viciously attack me in the lobby of my hotel.
Wait, but
he came right up like Lee Oswald, and he said, "Hey, pillow."
No, well, I read that story, and the witness told the police it was just a prankster who poked you in the armpit while he was taking a selfie.
That's a lie. That is a lie, Jim. That is fake news. My underarms were almost assassinated, and I know who did it, too. I know who's behind it.
Oh, you do? Who did it?
It was the Ninja Turtles.
What?
You see, yeah, I rub pepperoni on my clothes so stray dogs will keep me warm when I sleep inside the Lincoln. My nephew Juno pointed out the Ninja Turtles are addicted to pizza. It makes them get violent and go wild like a pack of turtles.
So you believe that, right, like a violent pack of turtles. Mike, that's super crazy. So are you saying that Trump will still be reinstated?
You sure as shooting I am. I'll tell you right now, sure as shooting I am. It's happening in late December. It's at the stroke of midnight. On New Year's Rocket Eve. Mark my calendar. Right when the Y2K bug makes all the Dominion machines explode, Dick Clark will swear him in on the crystal ball.
What?
That's what's gonna happen, Jim. We're not gonna let you keep stealing these elections like you and gruesome Newsom did last night in the California recall with these darn voting machines right here.
There's no such thing.
What the dickens is that?
What is that? What was that?
What's this? Oh, my good gosh, here it is, more proof. That's ironclad proof, total recall.
Oh, no, oh.
It's worse than I thought. Even a former governor, Swagenhopper, he's in on
No,
it.
that's just
he's in on it.
Seems like just a DVD that fell out of a machine
you've
you've
hiding it from us.
Yeah.
Look, this time it looks like they're rigging the election from Mars.
I don't think they're rigging the election from Mars.
Juno, come on, it's the Martians.
That's a pencil
Juno,
sharpener,
come
Mike.
in, it's the Martians.
Mike,
Burn down the house,
all
get
right,
the papers out, get here fast,
that's
Juno.
Mike Lindell. Thank you, Mike. Get back to work. Seems good. All right, so he's doing good. I was worried about him. You know, every once in a while, it's nice to check in on people and see how they're doing. That's what my wife tells me anyway, you know? Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel, and I am not allowed to eat this cookie until you click the subscribe button, so please click now. I'm hungry.